Okay, this video is called An Average Day in My Life. Several viewers asked me, after I made that video about the average day in the life of average American, so to speak, would I make a video about an average day in my life? So I'm going to talk both about things from a nutritional point of view, a medical point of view, and also, a personal point of view. This is an average day in my life. And first of all, I'll say, what are people surprised about when they meet me? I'm 61 years old. When people actually really get to know me, what do they find interesting or unusual? First of all, they freak out how simple I am. Until this divorce, I didn't even have a phone. I hate cell phones or animal trackers. I hate them, okay? So I never had a cell phone. And I'm real quiet. I mean, I might make one phone call in 4 months. I don't freaking call people. I don't have much to say on the phone. I don't like talking on the phone very much. If somebody wants to talk to me, I like to talk to them in person. I realize sometimes you need a phone, but I'm just saying I'm kind of like my father. And knowing my father 40 years around being at the house, he never once made a phone call. And people find that strange, but that's because you got all this stupidity in your heads thinking men and women are alike. We're not like women, okay? Women are talk, social. They're like social butterflies in the middle of everything. My mother was like the queen matriarch, and everything in the whole family, including the extended relatives, kind of went through her. She ran everything, all right? Well, man's not like that. I'm off. I want to think about something, whatever it is that I'm interested in. Right now I'm interested in the kidney, and I'm just trying to free up more time because there's interesting things in the kidney. I need time to learn it. So anyways, how simple I am. And like I drove an old car, 20 years old, before it finally broke down. I make plenty of money, but my family takes it all. I buy about 12 books a month. I don't really need much for myself. And then number two, that I don't really care about doing things. A lot of people, they don't have anything going on in their life, so they want some adventure to talk about. They want to travel so they can tell their friends they traveled. They want a good story. They want to go to a restaurant so they can tell their friends they went to a restaurant. I mean, I don't really care. I don't care about any of that stuff. I don't care about TV, traveling, trivialities. I want to think. And what annoys me with my life is I fucked up in the sense, that I got myself into this clinical medicine where I have to work too much. I really don't want to work so much. I really want to do research and think, but there's no money in telling the truth. So I've been real frustrated and kind of pissed off and ostracized, I would say, much of my intellectual life because, like, for example, I'm Hispanic, but I'm not welcome in any Hispanic society because I'm too smart for them. Most of them are kind of stupid, and because I don't have a Hispanic last name because my mother's from Puerto Rico, but my father was from Ireland. So there's a lot of things like that kind of annoy me. And now I'm kind of ostracized from the medical conventional world because I'm too smart for them and you're not allowed to tell the truth. You're just supposed to sell drugs. That pisses me off. And it pisses me off that veganism is largely controlled by the high-fat phonies, and they don't like it when someone like me comes along and tells the truth. That's why I got fired from Chef AJ, okay, for telling the truth. So that's all frustrating for me. So I make my little channel, which is Shadow You-Know-What Band, but at least it's better than nothing. I would go to the other channels, but they have smaller audiences and their software doesn't work as well. That's why I stay on this channel. So let's see, what else? Like a typical thing, I'm very focused on my time management. I know I'm a genius, and I know I sort of see it as my destiny to write these books, try to help the pros, and that's what I'll do for the rest of my time. And like a typical comment, like my son says to me, he goes, "Dad, why are you so happy?" He says, "Out of all the people in the family, you have the worst life. Your life sucks. All you do is work all day long in the hospital. Then when you come home, and even when you have a day off, you're just studying, you're writing a book, or studying something, or making a YouTube video. You don't do hardly anything. Why don't you go to the beach with Mom?" I said, "I don't want to sit in the sun all day. I don't want to put that crap sunscreen on me. I can go out in the yard for an hour if I need sunshine." Okay? "Well, why don't you go to a restaurant?" "I don't like going to restaurants." Okay? I see myself as a performer, not as a spectator. Okay? And a performer works on improving their performance. I'm not worried about being a spectator. I'm not worried about travel. I'm not interested in any of that stuff. So anyways, that's kind of how that came out. Another thing is my family, and the people who really know me well, I'm real funny when I'm allowed to be, but now everywhere you go, I'm a macho heterosexual male, man. I'm a wrestler. I'm not some modern pussified metrosexual soy boy, okay? You can't tell a joke. Everything you say is offensive. They try to make heterosexual Christian men offensive, okay? When I was growing up, they were the star of the show, the Rocky movies, the Mel Gibson movies, Charlton Heston movies, Sylvester Stallone movies, And nowadays, everything's like wimpified and pussified. That's because they're trying to destroy the country by feminizing everything. There's no such thing as a sustainable gynocracy in the real world, okay? That's all a bunch of nonsense. But because of that, because I remember too, I'd memorized all the Rodney Dangerfield routines and the other comedians, Sam Kinison, Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock, you name it, dice clay. I memorize all the routines. Okay, but you can't tell a joke anymore. So I'm pretty quiet unless I feel somebody's going to allow me to talk. But it's pretty much, I'm used to wherever I go, people tell me to shut up. Even my brother, world champion athlete, gets jealous of me when I tell jokes. So I've learned to, I'm used to being by myself, and I'm perfectly happy to be by myself. I wish I had more time by myself so I could really do more work, because I could even do much better academic work than I've done if I had more time. And also I have a ton of general knowledge that people, when they get to know me, they're kind of freaked out by. You can kind of see it in this YouTube channel. But I'll sometimes, like if guys with IQs in the 130 to 145 range, pick an argument with me, I just kick the shit out of them. Smarter guys want to be friends with me because they recognize that, we both are kind of unique and fun to talk to, so we just end up being friends. But I sometimes run into problems with guys in this group, and I usually just kind of avoid them if I catch that, they're jealous or envious or they're just, whatever. Let's see, what else? Usually guys that are younger than me really like me because they want me to teach them. They know I can uniquely teach them a ton of stuff, so they really enjoy being around me. Let's see, what's next? When I wake up on a work day, I have an alarm clock. It's a pain in the ass getting up early. I have, the magic bathroom. I always get some reading in there anytime I step in there. I don't use any shampoo or shower. I don't even use soap in the damn shower. You don't need soap, it doesn't make any difference. I'm as anti-chemicals as you could be. I always listen to an audiobook in the car. When I'm at work, I'm not like 99% of the stupid, lazy people who all take elevators. I always take the stairs. I don't care what floor it's on. I'll always take the stairs. And that could mean a lot of stairs. I could go easily 50 flights of stairs in one day sometimes. Okay. I work like a maniac pretty fast when I'm doing my clinical work. If I need a snack, I'll just guzzle down 32 ounces of beet juice. That works well because then you don't get the insomnia you get from caffeine, but at the same time it energizes you, hydrates you, gets your blood glucose up, gives you the nitrate vasodilators coming from a plant. I read whenever I get a free moment. Like, let's say I sometimes have a lull in my cases, okay? It gets really busy at the end of the day when all the neuro patients, crash the emergency room. But I'll often have a little gap, and when I get a little gap, I'll do some reading. Okay, I'm always trying to learn something every day because basically as a doctor, if you don't keep on learning, you turn into a Gomer doc, meaning that means get out of my emergency room, but it's a slang term for sort of a doc that knows how to function, but they're mediocre. And so I'm always trying to learn something every day because it makes it more fun, and I see progress happen gradually over time. I'm often preparing lectures. I'm the doctor that teaches all the other doctors. And a lot of times doctors come by for me as a consultation, asking about their difficult cases, and I enjoy that. That's the highlight of my day, discussing the complex, interesting cases with my doctor friends, and figuring out the challenging cases. That's fun about medicine, but most of it's a grind. You just crank out tons of billing codes. You have to go way faster than you want to go. Let's see, when I go home, I usually am thinking out a couple videos in my head. So I'm just driving the car home, I say, what should I make for a video today? I'm like, oh, that was interesting. An interesting conversation about this today or that, or this has been on my mind, or I just read this, and I just put it on a note card, or I think it through in my head. I crank it out. Everything I do is a rough draft. I wrote this talk right here in literally like less than 5 minutes. I wish I had time to edit things. I don't even know how to edit video. I don't do jack. Okay, let's see. My girlfriend cooks me dinner, which I very much appreciate. Just simple, plain food. You see me, I made videos about what I eat for dinner. 100% organic, whole foods, no salt, spices, herbs, nothing. I'm real simple. Sometimes my girlfriend or previously, my wife or my daughter or my mother-in-law, whoever's cooking for me, if they want to make things a little fancier, fine. But by myself, like on the rare times when I cook, simple, brief, fast. I want to get back to work. I'm kind of like Nathan Pritikin in that way. I watch educational videos during dinner. After that, so that's pretty much it for on my work day. On my days off, you can imagine. I mean, the most important thing if you want to do academic, high quality work is as soon as you get up in the morning, you get in your chair and you start cranking out work. I do have a standing desk. My desk can go up and down. Like I can push a button right here, and my desk can go up. Oops, they're going above my Irish castle in the background, and I can have it come down. So that's nice. So I try to spend a couple hours of the day if I'm at home doing work on stuff standing, because I don't want to sit so much. Sitting is the new smoking, or whatever they say. When I have the day off, I don't use an alarm clock. I like to sleep in as much as I can, but I have nature's alarm clock is the prostate. You got to, it pushes on the bladder, so you got less bladder volume before you got a void. So that tends to get me out of bed sooner than I would like to. and I usually just do whatever's most difficult first thing in the morning because you're smartest at that time. I'm a total minimalist. I don't use any soap or laundry or nothing. I mean, I'll wash my hands when I come home from work, or if I get, something slimy on them. But I almost never use soap. I never use shampoo. I don't like cleaning chemicals. For water filtration at the old house, they had a whole house carbon filter, iron filter, water softener. At the old and the new place, I got reverse osmosis in the kitchen. I don't ever use a dishwasher. If you don't cook with oil, you don't need a dishwasher. I don't use any personal care products except sometimes I brush my teeth with a no fluoride toothpaste. And I use a transparent soap with the fewest possible ingredients. I work out, probably about once every 3 days to do resistance exercise. I'll do some isometrics, some push-ups, and some weights. I used to have a much better weight set when I lived back at the house. I had a whole squat rack, and I could do really serious lifting that I like. Now I just got a couple little free weights, curls for the girls and that sort of thing. So I'm kind of simple, I'm kind of direct. I sort of see it as my destiny to write these books, make this YouTube channel, and do that type of academic work and teach a lot. And any real smart old guy, they like teaching and stuff. It's kind of like a way to get some value out of all the years they spent studying. I've been studying and working in hospitals or studying like a maniac since I was about 18 years old. So that's basically my life. It's real simple. Most people would find it kind of boring, but I like all the intellectual stuff. Like when I'm walking around, if I'm by myself, I'm usually thinking about something. I'm thinking about the relationship between the kidneys, glomerular filtration apparatus, and the blood-brain barrier. I mean, that's how I am. And I actually think it pisses me off that I kind of, in a sense, wasted my life in some ways, that I spent way too much time working in clinical medicine, because clinical medicine is kind of stupid. It's just generate billing codes as fast as you can. And I really want to do research, but I can't find a real research institute. They're all fake. Almost everything in the United States in these big institutions is fake. They're all monopolies, and they all just have some type of profit or power or control motive, and almost none of them do anything useful. And I can't find a useful one. If there was a real research institute, I would go. If there was, I wish some like real rich person would sponsor me, and I'll help figure out whatever disease one of their family members has. But I want more time to do research, and I don't see me finding it, because the way my job works is I either work long hours or I don't work, and I'm going to keep working long hours. So anyways, that's my life. I'm very grateful. God was good to me, gave me a lot of gifts, made me super smart, and I was a fantastic athlete when I was young. But it's almost like God said, to whom much is given, much is expected. And you're expected to work, and so I can handle it. I'm like a robot. I got a lot of energy to work, and I got a lot more academic medical book ideas in my brain. I just need time to complete them. So anyways, that's my life. I hope you found that interesting.